Building a truly robust and decentralized infrastructure network, one that supports a variety of use cases, will require a diverse set of infrastructure solutions. Some infrastructure providers will run in the cloud. Some will run in self-managed data centers. Some infrastructure will come from personal rigs and plug-and-play home blockchain nodes. Nodesmith is one such infrastructure provider, providing reliable access to decentralized blockchain networks. Nodesmith's core infrastructure runs on top of various cloud service providers, while mitigating the common concerns of centralization risk with cloud providers. These common concerns are justified. We don't want everything running on a single cloud service provider like AWS or Azure. At Nodesmith, we've mitigated the centralization risk by building our solution in such a way that it remains cloud agnostic and is never dependent on a single service provider or region. We accomplish this by avoiding any proprietary services offered by cloud service providers, instead opting to use open source alternatives. This allows Nodesmith to have deployments in any cloud service environment and flexibly move between them in the span of a few hours if needed. Not only does this remove a single point of failure, it also positions us to incorporate bare metal setups in the future. But by utilizing the existing hardware expertise of cloud service providers, we can instead focus on building the fully featured platform that developers today need, including auto-scaling with demand, increased read throughput, removing single points of failure, faster data reads, and more. With Nodesmith, as your application traffic increases, your infrastructure keeps up. We spin up new blockchain nodes automatically to account for increased traffic in your application. This is one key advantage of using cloud solutions, as a project solely dependent on bare metal servers would have to manually add hardware to meet demand, and likely wouldn't make it in time, not to mention the unpredictable costs associated with this. To complement scaling, we've built out a custom middleware layer that allows for higher throughput than normal blockchain nodes. This allows us to serve more developers with the same amount of resources and pass on cost savings directly to developers. Due to our cloud agnostic setup, we aren't tied to a single cloud service provider. This gives us a stronger negotiation position, allowing us to further cut down costs and again, pass those cost savings on directly to developers. We also have deployments in 3 different continents, adding a layer of redundancy at the geographic level. This means that infrastructure powering your application will stay operational, even in the most dire of circumstances. By using a technique called latency-based routing, your app's traffic will always be directed to the nearest available data center, reducing your latency. In addition to decreased latency, we also provide an intelligent caching layer for all supported blockchain networks. This allows us to speed up API calls coming from your application. For example, reading event logs on the Ethereum network can take a long time. In one application we tested, our event log read returned in 0.39 seconds versus over 20 seconds when tested against a normal blockchain node. At Nodesmith, we're providing developers with reliable and fast access to blockchain networks. By providing our solution in a cloud-agnostic fashion, we can gain from some of the expertise of cloud service providers without having as large of a centralization risk. We're going to continue powering the decentralized web, but we're not going to do it alone. If we're to be successful with the vision of a decentralized web, there will need to be a diverse set of infrastructure providers and types of providers. And that's why we're thrilled to be a part of the Pocket Network, and we'll continue to work with them to achieve the vision of a decentralized web.